I'm Kevan Hall, and this is how I made it. Well, I'm born in Detroit, Michigan. Other than being a fashion designer, my dad was in the construction and landscaping business. So we saw a lot of buildings and subdivisions in the Detroit area going up. So I was kind of interested in architecture for a while. But then that love for fashion kind of came out in high school, and I just decided that was my path. I started my collection in the early 80s. And it was my wife and I, we basically made phone calls to stores that we wanted to sell in the California area. And then we had a big Oldsmobile Cutlass. We loaded the back of the car up with all the samples, and we dotted our way down the coast and stopped at stores and sold the collection. So there were a number of really high-end stores that bought it, and that was really, the opening of Kevan Hall, the Kevan Hall Couture collection. My largest client, I'm gonna speak of a retailer, would have been Lord & Taylor. So when we started, like I said, up the coast, we dotted our way down. We sold all these great little specialty boutiques, but then after that, I took a trip to New York and we met with Lord & Taylor, and they gave us our first large order. I think the biggest challenge that I faced, is always trying to keep it fresh and interesting. But even more so than that is when the rubber hits the road, I think, is the production. It's one thing to make a beautiful collection of things that are, sinuous and sexy and glamorous and, editorial worthy, but, how do you actually produce those things and get them to market? And how do you actually make it so that people want it and the quality is there and the workmanship is there, and, it's all those details that really make the difference between a fantasy collection and something that really is viable and really creates a business. I did a dress for Tia Mowry for her wedding, and then there was a number of other girls that were asking for bridal gowns. And the bridal collection really has the same aesthetic as the ready-to-wear. It is glamorous, it's sexy, it's feminine, and it's red carpet worthy. So my concept was to take the red carpet and take it to the white carpet. So these girls I think girls now are looking for clothes or gowns that are not so much like a cupcake, but they want something that is really streamlined and just, they want to look like movie stars. I mean, everybody wants to look like a star. I think the thing that motivates me is just the process of being creative. I love, what I do. I enjoy the process of coming up with a concept for a collection and then following that concept through picking the fabrics, creating the embroideries, and then seeing it, in the fittings and then come to life on a runway. It's really amazing. So the motivation is in the doing. I like to think of my style as modern, but with a nod back to things that are a bit vintage. I mean, I love shopping vintage. When I'm in Paris, I'll go to certain spots or certain stores that I like to pull from and get inspiration from. I do the same here in Los Angeles. So it is kind of something I like to think of it as clean, modern, with a sense of ease, and for today's woman. I just kind of stick to what I love and what I know and what makes me happy. So in terms of the culture of the fashion industry, I've just focused on me and my brand. I think I knew that I had what it took to make it because it was such a drive and such a passion. So for me, there was no other alternative. I felt like it was the only thing that I wanted to do, and I had to do it, and I had to succeed at it.